Scotty is a free man, and it's U.S. Open week, baby. Let's do it. Welcome back to the Swoosh Life Podcast, episode 74. And it's U.S. Open week, and we have lots to talk about. We've gone on hiatus for another month, but we're major drops, and we're ready to roll. Gentlemen, how are we doing? How are we feeling? How's everything going? Matt, you're in a, I wouldn't call it a mood because you're not moody, but obviously
I am moody.
Yeah, but coming off of an unfortunate little fender bender. So let's put that aside and let's move into overall how you been.
I am so excited for the U.S. Open. I just cannot wait to just turn it on. I got 2 rounds of golf scheduled, which makes the fender bender weird because it's like, how am I going to get to my 2 rounds now? Because now I have to explain to the wife that I have 2 rounds scheduled. Whereas before, like, I didn't really have to explain that, right? Like, happy wife, happy life. What she doesn't know keeps the show going. So, anyways, yeah, I got to figure that out. But I cannot wait to talk to you guys about these major releases and stuff like that. Keith, how you been?
Thank God that next percent 2 dropped. We were just getting worried about that. So I cannot wait to get into that. Got some good news about an hour and a half ago that we got a tee time for Bethpage Black next Tuesday, the 18th. And Gumby, you might be joining me. So
I am now plotting to see how I can figure this out.
Yep.
So
it's going to be a whole day's worth, but been golfing, boys, here and there, getting scriptings together for the year, spring, summer. The stuff looks great. The Pinehurst stuff looks great. I have one right behind me that Tony's going to be wearing this week. I can't remember what day, Friday or Saturday, but I'm ready to talk U.S. Open. Ready to talk Masters. Holy, we're going way back. U.S. Open releases, the energy packs. But all in all, it's been a good couple weeks. I'm glad I missed you guys like crazy, so I'm ready to kick it off.
Keith and I got to golf in this little hiatus that we've been. We played up in Fandara. I'm ready for Don't Sleep on Summer. That's coming back. I'm gonna do a big push this year with Don't Sleep on Summer. So that starts next week with the longest day of the year next week, the solstice. So get ready for that, guys. But I've been playing well. I hit a 300-yard drive the other day, and I don't know how I did it. So and of course, haven't played since then. So now I'm just itching. I mean, the ball was juiced last Wednesday night. It was hot here in Syracuse, and I think I found a little something when I played at Fandara late with Keith, and so that translated over. And yeah. I'm ready for U.S. Open. I'm ready for Carnage at Pinehurst. I've never been to Pinehurst. Have you guys been to Pinehurst? Any of you been to Pinehurst?
No.
So obviously seen a lot of it between the new ones for the Cradle, all of that stuff. Using the Cradle as the driving range this week is elite, I think. It's a lot of targets, great stuff to see. But I think it's going to be an awesome test. And I got a little dark horse on the winner, I think. We'll get into that a little bit in Keith's pick, but just got a feeling. Just got a feeling. So, yeah. What do we want to get into first, guys?
Making me think of who you were.
Scotty getting arrested, Rory getting divorced. What else we got going on?
Scotty winning again.
Scotty winning
we
again.
take a month off. You guys don't even post anything about your rounds. Like you guys played golf. No content comes out of it. Keith is not even collaborating on Swoosh Life posts anymore. He's just posting stuff and he's got his Sunday Red thing going. I'm like, what's going on here? It's been a month. That's it. Scotty goes to jail and all of a sudden the whole thing's under. I don't know what's going on.
I don't even know how to comprehend that. First off, we didn't talk about that. We never came back after the PGA. But that was such a weird Friday for me. I was at home, working from home that day, and I was just glued to the TV and glued to my clock watching if Scotty was going to make his damn tee time. Like, it was like such a fascinating, weird feeling. Obviously, more information has come out since the guy's pants being ruined, his bruise, and all of that stuff. I mean, this is probably a bruised ego more than an actual bruise. But I don't even know what to say about it. I think he would have won the PGA had he not been arrested, to be quite honest. Like,
But he doesn't have his bad round until Ted Scott's gone on Saturday. So is it more Ted Scott not being there, or was he like exhausted because like you're still on adrenaline? He shoots 66 the day.
So he said on that Saturday morning is when he actually talked to his manager and talked to like his lawyer, and then it actually hit him what had happened the day before, and then that's when he proceeded to shoot like the bad round. I also saw the meme of Ted Scott being Remy from Ratatouille and pulling the strings on Scotty, which I thought was pretty hilarious as well. But yeah, I think he doesn't have that letdown on Saturday that kind of takes him out of it. But I don't know. Rory said it in his press conference today. The only thing stopping Scotty from winning is a jail cell for an hour.
I think I think the best meme of the week was Pinehurst police getting a full rundown of who Scotty Scheffler is, so that they don't arrest him.
That is great.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a good Well, here's the thing: like they released some video, right? Like they released a lot of the body cam, but the body cam didn't for the cop that actually what it happened. That doesn't come through, you know, and. Like little political commentary here, but it was weird seeing like people that I know that are very traditional law and order people now all of a sudden saw the other side of like what happens, you know, if the guy was on a power trip. I'm still saying if, because the one video where he turns into the driveway, we still don't see what happened behind the bus because behind the bus is where the initial interaction happens. And that's where Scotty's like, yo, the guy in the vest just started yelling at me, reached in my car, hit me with the flashlight. I go, what the like, you know, he didn't say that, but you know, and then he drive away. And then this is my commentary. The one body cam footage, and this is where Scotty's lawyer is right. This is why you do not talk to the police. And I grew up with 4 of my best friends who are all police officers. The guy reads Scotty his Miranda rights, and then you're supposed to shut up. As a cop, you shut up and you let the person either incriminate themselves or give their side of the story. And all of a sudden, this guy goes into a lecture about how you see somebody in a vest. And now all of a sudden, like, hey, the guy in the vest told you to stop. You should stop. Dude, if it's raining and some guy wearing a vest and I'm a public figure reaches in my car and starts grabbing me, you better believe I'm driving away and I'll figure it out later. You better believe that's going to happen. Like, come on. Like the whole thing. Jordan Rogers did a great post. I know not everybody's on Instagram. He did a good job on like political system. Like, look, not everybody has the governor of Kentucky calling you. And I feel bad because obviously you guys know like my connections to Kentucky and my friends in Kentucky. Yeah. And the Louisville Police Department, not the greatest track record in the last 5 years.
Yep.
And it's a cool course. It's a great course. It's a cool track. They haven't had anything since the PGA, since the Ryder Cup was there. PGA comes there, they redesigned it. It's a great course. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. And now, like, why would they want to go back there? And that's the funny thing, because you know me, nothing against Pinehurst. I kind of think it's BS that you go to Pinehurst every other year. It seems like it's part of this like rotation now that they want.
Well, yeah, and Pinehurst is now. So not to get off topic here.
No, you're good.
Pinehurst has been 10 years since we've gotten it. It was 2014 when Keimer won. But they will now host it like 6 times, I think, in the next by 20. I saw it was 2030. Yeah, 2036. They'll host it like 5-6 times. They like PGA of America has the Frisco base, and then they just built a new base in Pinehurst as well for the PGA of America. So that's kind of be their hub, and they can do like a bunch of other different ones because they can play 8, they can play 4, like. They can do other stuff, like, you know. So it is like a golf like attraction area, with everything. Yeah. But I agree. I want to see more courses in the Rota, and unfortunately, we get stuck in the same cycle of things. And it's not just on the U.S. side either; it is on the British side, right?
And that's why that's what I don't want it to turn into.
Right. I think that's what they're like. They're seeing the RNA do, and they're like, "Oh yeah, then we'll do. That's what we're gonna do." And I just don't I don't believe that is the best like case scenario to show off the courses that we have here.
Well, and especially since the U.S. Open is their chance to like give teeth to a course, right? Like when they go to a PGA stop, I've talked about it. Like when they went to Medina felt like they went too easy on the pros when they set up Medina all those years ago, right? So a U.S. Open comes along, you're like, oh, cool. Now you're really gonna like stick it to the pros and see what a course can like really do. So if you go to a different course, you could see what it could do. So I don't know, like Keith, how do you feel about it? Like, is it cool because Pinehurst is a destination and people can actually play it, or you feel like that's going to be overkill for the next 10, 20 years?
No, I'm definitely on the same page as you guys. It's definitely overkill. We have so many beautiful courses in the United States. We need to just rotate this around. But like you were saying, Gumby, the hub is going to be around, the Pinehurst with all, the number of courses that they have there and adding to it. So I understand it, but that's why, we love it when the major goes back to St. Andrews, home course, like that home of golf. So I don't mind that in the rotation, that course, just because it's the most famous golf course ever.
Yeah.
But when you have so many up and coming golf courses, newer golf courses that are being built today, even in the U.S., like we need to rotate the more majors around, especially U.S. Open. PGA is a story. That's their own story. PGA Championship.
It would just be interesting to see courses that they play on a regular sort of schedule, like the PGA schedule, host a major, right? I think you get it at Wells Fargo, right? That's a good example. Quail Hollow has hosted majors, and they tend to host the Wells Fargo like every year. But like, think about Jack's Place, think about Arnold's Place, think about Scottsdale, TPC Scottsdale, like, and being like set up as a major could be like quite unique, because like you play it like as big bombers and the score is 19, 21 under, like whatever, and then you're gonna actually add teeth to it. You're actually gonna like grow the grass up, get those greens running to like evil levels. Like I think there are better courses to like not do it that on, but I just find that like just throw one in every 10 years as a random and see what happens. I think that's kind of like would be kind of cool. So
no, I agree.
All right, Rory's back. Is this good or bad for Rory? How you guys feeling about it?
Oof.
We talked about it briefly on the last one, right? We barely mentioned it. I think we were trying to respect
came out, I believe.
Trying to respect privacy at that time, but I think we also said
so let me flip the question
on
this
Rory.
One. Yeah, let me flip the question on this one then. Is it? What do you think took more of a toll on Rory? His, personal life being out there, or the live stuff?
I don't think he seemed good the last month. Like he seemed chill. So I don't know if the personal stuff really.
It could be
anything.
It could be both things. Didn't he stepped down from the board? He's not on really the committee anymore, and this whole divorce thing kind of came up too as well. So he was on a high for at least a month.
Right. He played well
leading up until today.
Yeah, he played well at PGA.
Yeah, he's played well.
He played well at PGA.
He played decent. He was, I think, top 10, top 20. He made the cut.
Xander just kind of ran away with that right at the end, like, and so did. I mean, Bryson.
I'm
is
just
really
trying to gauge. No one's
talking about.
I'm trying to gauge what your pick is going to be later on today. That's why.
I ain't telling you.
All right, let's get into these picks. Let's rank these releases. Let's get into it.
All right. Let me
hot off the press today. We're recording on Tuesday night. The Infinity Next Percent Tour 2 thingamabob. There's so many ways to call this thing. Like
it has five names in the one name.
Next Percent 2.
That sounds good.
We all agreed Next Percent 2. Okay, we're all agreed Next Percent 2. It finally releases today in the wide. Ooh. You have the Pegasus and you have the Victory Tour 3. So we're going to rank the 3, and then I think we can just score the pack as a whole. But Gumby, do you want to give us a breakdown and kind of like what the theme of the pack is?
Yeah, I'll go to the Pegasus to kind of show you. So this is more of this These are back to the Carolina skies right here, back down in North Carolina and Pinehurst, and they brought in, some of this blue and Carolina blue colorway on a lot of this stuff. The description reads as, "We know the struggle can be real. The special edition Air Pegasus 89G is with you through every botch tee shot and double bogey. Sticky rubber on the outsole helps you stay secure when you're wading through the tall grass. The tongue and collar lining have a super soft terry cloth to give your foot a calming hug when you're in the sand trap. And to top it off, the sky blue color can soothe you while finding a way for success." And this is all part of the accept and embrace mantra that they are going with for the majors. I kind of dug their major stuff this year with their mantras, right? We had this endless pursuit. Now we have accept and embrace. And then also the little nod to Pinehurst number 2 with the 2 on the back as a nod to the logo of Pinehurst number 2. And they accept and embrace kind of all over this. I dig these. I dig all of the pack. I think the blue colorway really goes hard, especially on the Next Percent 2. Again, they're kind of the same thing. The tongue and collar have that super terry cloth to give your foot a calming hug. Sky blue to soothe you while finding success. I love reading these descriptions, guys, if you can't tell. But I think, they got a little of this camo. This camo reminds me of that blue camo that Brooks rocked in the Infinity tours, right?
Yes.
Tour premieres. So, but
it actually just popped up on my social today. It was a U.S. Open release with the camo, the blue camo.
Yeah, blue camo. I think that's like a nod back to it. Like right here is really where you're kind of seeing it, right? Like sharp. But this also looks like Pinehurst, right? This looks like the bunkers and the sanding and like all the way that they kind of like plop them in there, plop them out. Infinity Tour, obviously one of our favorite shoes of the year, this Infinity Tour. And I think this colorway with the light blue is really tops. I think we put up a story yesterday on our socials with it going against the other blue colorway here, and I think maybe I'm just not a fan of this gray on this blue version. I know this was like the Brooks version of the grayer kind of outside.
Yeah, this is the general release with the lighter gray blue upper.
Yeah, and so I just think that the way that the U.S. Open one does the accept and embrace one does it, I like a lot better personally. And I will tell you, the one thing that I truly love about this shoe is it does move. On every release, we've moved this swoosh back, it feels like. Maybe not on the PGA one, but at least in the Masters one, we move this swoosh back. But the way that they continue this subtle detail of this diamond triangle shape up the forefront, but into the Air Zoom pocket where that line continues, so it truly brings the eye into the midsole and everything. I think that is such a classy touch that it's not like it could be overlooked, but it really continues that eye movement up and creates like one cohesive like kind of component between the air pocket and the Air Zoom pocket, and then that little detail up into the upper. So
yeah, I like how it's just that solid infinity wing on the side there.
Yeah.
As well. And the back, the full swoosh in the back, kind of tying it back to the Masters shoe a little bit. It's just they did a great job on these to make me even think of if I like these better than the Masters ones, but I know we'll get into our rankings on these and all three of them, but it's a great touch. The colorways are great. North Carolina colors, perfect. Accept and embrace. Love the wording. And I love the number 2 on the back as well.
And to be quite honest, I think these might be the best Zoom Victory Tour 3s as well. They've got a little bit more of like that detailing in the back.
Yep.
Like a little bit of pattern. The light blue on the heel I can actually deal with on this one because the pattern continues and it is light enough to feel like proper on the inside. And I kind of dig that terry cloth. Like, I think that is such a good, like, little texture addition to it, is having this terry cloth. Both It looks like the laces are terry cloth on this too, which is like quite nice. But then the swoosh is terry cloth. Like, these ones may actually be the ones that I would go with, is these Victory Tour 3s, but they're so expensive also. Like, but I kind of love these laces now.
Those are nice laces.
Are there any other other laces like that? No,
I think those are just the traditional Next Percent laces, the thin.
Yeah. No, that does look like they have a terry cloth lace as well.
Maybe option.
Yeah, maybe the second option.
Yeah.
Which I could dig. I would be more happy with the terry cloth lace in this than not. Matt had to do a wardrobe switch to talk about these.
It disappeared for
golf is, and I think this is the next thing. So we have Accept and Embrace, and then on the overall pack and the things, we're bouncing around tonight because why not? We're rusty. It's been a month off. The Accept and Embrace on the back, but the golf is hard on the front. And you know what? Golf is hard, guys. So I dig this stuff. Matt, do you have the hat on too? Yeah, I like this a lot. I like this pack a lot.
How do you guys feel? By the way, this pack is like my greatest fear color matching wise, because the one way that I am colorblind, y'all, is black versus dark blue. And as you can tell, I don't know if I grabbed the dark blue hat with the light blue or the black hat with the dark blue. So this thing is just trouble for me. This whole pack is just trouble. But you know what? A couple of people in the forums at GolfWorks have mentioned something, and I don't know how you guys feel about it. On the back of the shirt and on the back of the sweatshirt, you have the Accept and Embrace.
Yeah.
And, for Endless Pursuit, they put it on the back, Endless Pursuit. How do you guys feel about the big logo on the back? Yeah, Keith's got the shirt on for the Endless Pursuit. Do you guys like the messaging on the back, or would you like a clean back?
I think you get more if you have double-sided, logos. I'm a fan of it. I like it.
Yeah.
And for those of you that are wondering, the shirt is like the Endless Pursuit shirt. So it's the dry fit where it's a cotton poly blend. It's the good one. For the PGA and for the Players Championship, they went with these straight cotton shirts that are not worth getting. Like this shirt is worth getting.
This is where I'm at a crossroads, by the way, with this NG shirt that came out today, the Nike Golf Club shirt, because it says it's a bigger size. Like it says it has bigger sleeves and a bigger size, and they have like a bigger size available.
Yeah, it looks like a boxer fit.
It still seems it is still 100% like cotton, and so I'm like, but it says longer sleeves and a roomy fit through the body, and hips give the Max 90T a relaxed and casual look. That makes me possibly in if it's bigger. But it's never longer. That's the problem. Like,
I'm not good at laundry, so it's just the 100% cotton shirts. Like, because I'm not good at laundry, they wrinkle like crazy for me. Like these cotton poly blends, they don't wrinkle as bad. I don't have to worry about like ironing them or any of that. So send me your laundry tips, any of you, because my pants are always like super wrinkled.
Don't put that shirt in the dryer, Matt. Just hang dry it.
Yeah. Just got to start doing that one.
Yeah, you have on.
But
so you do that with pants too?
I do it with pants as well.
Yeah.
We could do a whole laundry episode if you want. Shoes and laundry.
Keith's cleaning and laundry might be a whole episode in itself, the way he keeps his stuff clean. I'm playing wet ground with him, and he's mid-round, like buffing his shoes with a towel. And I was like, can I get that next?
I have problems.
Well, I'm definitely mad because my Infinity Tours, I got like a little bit of sand underneath the white of the Endless Pursuit, but like just inside that booty, there's like a neoprene booty inside, and it's like 3 pieces.
Yeah.
So like I got like a piece of dirt, and it just started smearing all over the inside. I sent you guys pictures, and I've been trying to get it out. Yeah.
I can't believe that's what the white does in that shoe. Any of those Next Percents. Yep.
I am.
So what are we scoring the pack? So you like the swoosh placement on the PGA? I saw you looking at the PGA Next Percent.
It is. It's weird to me. They feel Masters and US Open feel connected, and PGA doesn't. And I'm now intrigued about the British to see where that falls in. Is there another story to be told with the, like, we've got Endless Pursuit and Golf is Hard, you know what I mean? Like, is there, and Accept and Embrace, like, is there another story to be told? Is this a 3-part story and we're just saying screw you, PGA, we did the barrels and like that's great? Or is it just, hey, we're like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out, because I think, to be quite honest, it makes sense to kind of stagger your releases of this storytelling, right? Like, if you're going to do something, like we're going to do something like start a story, do a one-off, finish the story, do a one-off, or like, because otherwise it doesn't make any sense that we didn't do a 4-part story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I have 2 questions related to this. So I guess my one theory is it's going to be in Royal Troon, which is in Scotland. Yeah. So I wonder if they tie it back to the PGA and it's a Scotch inspired release, and they do something with barrels, because, so for those of you that don't know, bourbon, one of the things that make it a bourbon is it has to be in a new charred oak container, by the way. So if you want to catch all your bourbon nerd friends, it doesn't have to be a barrel. It's just that a round barrel has always been easier to kick around a boat or a distillery. But the actual law is a new oak container to be bourbon. So what do you do when the container is used? You sell it to the Scots to make scotch. You sell it to Mexico to make tequila. So our used bourbon barrels go on. You could also use it to make light whiskey. You could use it to make corn whiskey, yada, yada, on and on. So I don't know if they tie it back there. I don't think that's where it's going to go, but I agree with you. It's like, you could tell, like, they did a nicer thing for the US Open and the Masters, which I think we would all agree here in the States, these probably are the 2 most anticipated releases of the 4 majors.
Yeah.
Everybody always looks forward. One kicks off the season. The US Open's the most popular. You know, like the Liverpool one was cool, but you know, here in the States, it didn't really go that well. Plus, like, generationally, I think like the Beatles and that generation maybe a little too old for this. So this is where I want to go, because this is where Nick and I argued about the PGA. Nick wanted blue. Nick wanted something blue. And here we are again with another blue shoe. And in the general release, you have a double blue shoe. So it's like, should we have stuck? And like, could we have gone more Carolina blue? Like, really lean into the Carolina blue?
Yeah.
I feel like maybe that's what they should have done more with, is to really go Carolina blue. I also like, and we'll talk about the Jordan 9 in a little bit. What a letdown. What a letdown. Like,
I totally forgot about
North
that one.
Carolina, and it's separate. Like, they're doing the Jordans separate from these. Right. I don't know how you do the Highway 74. Like, it's so niche. It's so niche, that Jordan, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. This seems like a letdown to me, and I'm not saying that it has to be red, white, and blue. That's not what I'm saying.
That was my next question for you guys, and I know we've talked about it. Continue your thought, though. I'll finish it.
That was actually leading to my next question. We're on the same track. Is, okay, should it have been red, white, and blue? We've talked about how the Masters doesn't always have to be green and yellow or green and white and red. Should there be a little red? Should there have been a different color here? And here's the thing. With the last year, we had the Ryder Cup. So with the Ryder Cup, we got around Independence Day, we got a red, white, and blue Air Max 1 general release, plus the stars and stripes. Remember the one with the stars and the swoosh on the Air Max 1?
Yeah.
Showing it on.
Perfect. Yeah. Mine's across the garage, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I love those. But the question is, do you feel like there's something up for the Olympics? Are we going to get Olympic releases? Are we going to get British Open?
It's funny because Tony is wearing the red and white and blue Jordan 1 that came out earlier this year. This week, which I think is, an interesting like nod back to the U.S. Open kind of thing. I definitely think we got to have some Olympic something. We're gonna have Scotty in the Olympics. We're gonna have a Nike guy in the Olympics. I think the first
Rory's gonna be competing too, right?
Yeah, I mean, but I think like the first time we're gonna have a USA guy. Yeah. Wearing Nike in the Olympics, right? Because we've kind of had Ricky, Kuchar, Xander.
Yep.
Trying to think who else. So I think
Brooks in Japan, or was he injured?
No, Brooks was not there. No.
Yeah,
he could have been injured the 4 years ago one. Yeah.
So I think that's kind of like okay, we're gonna have Scotty. We'll have that, and I really haven't seen like. And the problem is that it's only footwear, right? So Scotty's only gonna wear like the Scotty ones. You know what I mean? Like, there's not gonna be him wearing Nike USA stuff.
Yo, if they don't fix this next year, this is nuts.
Well, I should
Yes,
clarify
agreed,
that. There
Matt.
will be Nike will wear, or sorry, Scotty will wear Nike because he'll be on the podium as the gold medal winner wearing his Nike jacket because that's still sponsored by Nike. But
isn't the golf team? Is the golf team, or that's the Ryder Cup? Is what? And
golf
what
team is
a dumb move that
golf
was.
team is Lindbergh this year. The USA
So
golf
dumb.
team is Lindbergh.
For the
So,
Olympics or
yeah.
for your President's Cup?
Jay Lindbergh for Olympics.
Oh boy.
President's Cup is still whatever. And then Ralph Lauren for Ryder Cup, right? So Polo Ralph
No,
Lauren.
I
So
think,
yeah,
I thought
it's
it
for
changed
Ryder
every
Cup.
year.
I don't know. But I know it's Jay Lindbergh for
Olympics.
Olympics, yeah, and it's
Okay.
not very good. I just cannot see Scotty wearing any of these polos, by the way. Like, that is the
Scotty
Or is
will
Either way, like, I'm sorry, Jay Lindbergh is a Swedish company. Like, at least with Ralph Lauren, like, it's classic Americana. Like,
yeah.
it is for Team USA heading to Paris for the Olympic uniforms. Jay Lindbergh.
Scotty will be in, of course, the Scotty one, but it'll be custom colored a little bit like it was for the Ryder Cup.
Right. And I think I truly just think he'll bust out the Ryder Cup one. But that's also to be said, like Tommy Fleetwood could be wearing the TWs in a
custom color.
In a custom color for England, and then Rory could be wearing like the Victory Tour 3s. But I think that's why Rory has been wearing those orange Victory Tour 3s, because I think he's going to be wearing
those for the Olympics.
Does he wear orange? Is Northern Ireland?
No.
Northern Ireland is not
no.
green.
They're red and white, aren't they?
Yeah, they're red and white. Yeah, so he'll just be wearing plain. So I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do, but I assume something for the Olympics because I remember a couple of years ago. Again, if you guys forgive me as I step off camera, we got the Olympic golf balls the one time.
That was back in 2016 when golf was first introduced to the Olympics. Is we got 2016 because that's one of the reasons that the driver was photo blue. And Volt is because they really wanted to push it as an Olympic color, which Keith is shaking his head, and everybody that sold Nike equipment it should have been a special edition. It shouldn't have been the main colorway at all. But yeah, we got some USA golf balls. I still have a sleeve of them. They came in a nice little tin.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just pulling that up. That's what I was trying to find with the.
If we got 2017 driver heads and 16 the black with the red, we'd still be in business.
1,000%.
Yeah, I still have the tin with the. If you guys are looking, I can actually stop the share real quick, and I can.
Yeah, I got that down. Yeah, I got that in my office. Is I have those Olympics.
Yeah, these are the Olympic golf balls here from Nike. They were the
platinums,
resin platinums, and then this is the nice little tube sleeve that they came in 2016. So again,
so what are we scoring the accept and embrace pack? Let's score the whole pack and then rank our favorites, or rank our 3, 2, 1 on the shoes. But score the pack, scale of 1 to 5.
I'm at like a 4-1. I like it. I think it stands. It's not higher than Endless Pursuit for me. So now I feel like I need to check my notes on what I scored Endless Pursuit. But I like it because it is telling a story, even down to cheesy write-ups of a soft terry cloth to hug your foot in the sand bunkers. I like storytelling, and I think that golf is hard, and you have to accept and embrace it. It is something that it's a mantra that you can get behind, right? Like, and so that to me elevates it more than like everything else. But look, we got sweatshirts, we got t-shirts, we got 2 maybe 3 hats, 2 hats, right? Like 2 different styles of the trucker, or 3 different of the trucker, one of like I call it the Brooks hat because it's got the kind of
Like the painted camo.
wash.
Kind of.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
wash.
Yes, the wash
with a
look.
leather strap in the back on
Yeah,
that one.
and I
Kind of
like
a dad hat.
Yeah, I dig this hat like a lot,
Well,
except
it's not a leather
under
strap.
the brim.
Yeah.
But I think it's something, right? Like if we would have gotten a bag, this goes higher. You know, we got a bag for the thing. Again, if we got something like smaller stuff too, like even a valuables pouch that would be like terry cloth on the inside, like I'm all in, you know.
How
But
about a towel?
yeah, or a towel, right? I remember we did
towel.
towels for
Hard on
Harding
it. Perfect.
Harding Park was the last towel, right? Like
Yep.
the thing, even like a glove. They did a glove for Wingfoot a couple of years ago, you know. So
They did a glove for Wingfoot. They did do those tie-dye towels for
Yep.
But those kind of like trickled into retailers. Like it wasn't like part of a pack launch. Like all of a sudden, like Dick's Sporting Goods and Golf Galaxy had these like tie-dye towels, and you're like, oh, that's what it's for. And then they
it was true because like on the tie-dye towel, I just keep pulling everything out, but
Great
tie-dye
logo.
towel, that was the Nike golf logo that they used.
Right.
Yeah.
We should I gotta make this into a sticker there, Keith. I gotta make this into a logo to make a sticker. So
There we
There
go.
you go.
That'd be dope.
Yeah,
So
but Morikawa won that one over Brooks. So that always bothers me. Same thing with Wingfoot because Bryson won that one. So that always bugs me. That's why I love Endless Pursuit because Scotty won. So Keith,
No,
what
I
do
know,
you score? Keith, what do you score in the pack? We'll go through the scores first.
I know my Masters picks was high because I do overall like the Masters better than the U.S. Open, but these colorways are nice. It pays a nice touch to North Carolina, the colors. I'll score this a 4.15 on this. The whole pack. I love that the golf is hard slogan. It's perfect. Right on the hoodie, right on the front of the hoodie and t-shirt. I like how you went through the hats, Gumby, and they did the under brim like they did on Endless Pursuit and put the accept. And yep, Matt, right there, perfect. I like so there's definitely some mirror imaging going on between the Masters pack and the U.S. Open pack. So, Matt, I'm on board with you with the British Open pack as well. There's going to be something along the lines of your specialty.
Yeah. I'm with you guys. I actually, before we even started, I'm like, I think I'm at a 4.2 on it. So it's funny, 4.1, 4.15, 4.2.
Yeah.
I'm at a 4.2. I would have loved to have seen a golf bag with this. I think a golf bag would have been cool. And I'm with, like we talked about before, under $100. I love the shirt. Obviously, I ordered the shirt. I ordered the hats. The trucker is, by the way, it's actually a softer trucker. So it's like kind of little more floppy than the one from Endless Pursuit. I love the mantras. 4.2. I think it's really well done, really well executed. Not bad, well done. So, you know, I kind of wish for more Carolina blue in the shoes, but I think that'll show in the way that I rank these.
What are we doing for shoes? Rank the shoes.
Yeah,
1, 2, 3.
Just ranking them. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So top 1, second, third. So Gumby, we'll go back to you. Top of the turn.
You know what? I think Pegasus is 3 for me. I think they're
this is kind of like Endless Pursuit.
They're good, but they're the gray and the it feels very botched job on a cat, right? Like kind of
balding cat,
like the patchiness.
Alopecia cat.
Yeah. So like again, I'm trying to figure out how that comes in a little bit.
I think that was supposed to. And by the way, apologies to anybody who suffers from alopecia. I know a couple of people. But is that supposed to be the like representative of the bunkers? I think in one of the sneaker news posts.
I think so too. That's kind of what I thought of. It shows better like on the Victory Tour 3, like how it's used. But like I love the texture on the Victory Tour 3. Like this reminds me this texture that is. I'll get a better picture. That is shown on the white of the Victory Tour 3, especially in like the heel. Like this is good. Like this is really good.
And then the upper mimics the sand.
Yeah, and I think, and then the terry cloth freaking like laces on this are like baller. Like that's a flex, you know. So, I think for the first time ever, and I really kind of want these Infinity Tours. Like I really do. I think that if I was to buy a pair, Infinity Tour 2 is going to be 2, and the Victory Tour 3 is going to be 1 for the first time ever in my rankings.
Oh,
And I think it's because this light blue works well for me in here. It's not that much of a difference of the white, you know. It still contains that same patterning, the same texturing. The 2 fits properly. And then this bottom of the sole is where you really have the Carolina like blue come in. I can just see myself rocking this with a pair of navy shorts and a white shirt, and the same hat, or even that light blue shirt I wore last week. If you guys are following Gumby's Fits on our Instagram, it's just really hard, this price range for this type of shoe. So we'll see what happens if this comes down price, whatever. But I think I'm on Victory Tour 3, which is not where I thought I would be. I thought I'd truly be at next percent 2, you know, but and I still really love this shoe and would get it in a heartbeat if the right price and came down or whatever. But I think if I ranked it, it's going to be, and this looks like it has terry cloth laces as a secondary lace, which is okay, kind of elevates it. So I don't know, 1A and 1B is kind of, I'm going to go Victory Tour 3 though, goes ahead. So again, crazy for me.
I'm a fan, definitely a fan of all 3. I think this is like the first package I have liked all 3 of these combined. I'm with you with the third spot though, Gumby, with the Pegasus. A little too much with the gray felt look to it a little bit. I do like the texture, or like the sand bunkerage, like that, if that's what it truly is, of the touch of Pinehurst. So that's my number 3. Number 2 is going to be my Victory Tour 3 as well. When you started pointing out the texture of that, or the sand mapping on the whole outsole of the shoe, it was a nice added touch that you really didn't see until you blew up the picture of the Victory Tour 3. So that was a nice added touch. So that's my number 2 pick. And of course, number 1, it's we've been talking about this, the number 1 shoe of, you know, that they released this year. I think it's just carrying on with the full swoosh in the back heel, mirror imaging, you know, the Masters a little bit with the back black swoosh. I like the solid infinity on the side there, the blue with the bunkerage, if that's truly what it is. But this shoe is just so comfortable. It's just a solid look, solid swoosh, and it's right down my alley for number 1.
I agree. And Keith, you and I are both on, like, Gumby, you and I agree. Keith, you and I agree. And here's the different things that we agree on. I agree that the Zoom Infinity Tour, so it's not an X%, it's just the Zoom Infinity Tour. The Zoom Infinity Tour is the most comfortable, probably the most comfortable and best golf shoe, period, to buy this year. I did play again in the Jordan 9. I think Jordan 9 is very comfortable. It runs a little wide for me, so I feel like this has a little bit more lockdown. This is my number 3 shoe though, and I'm gonna rock this because this colorway does not scream major to me. And we've talked about this. This does not, like, this is the problem with this. Like, and again, not a shot at Nick, but there's all these blue colorways running around. Is this really that much better than the general release one? Do I feel like I should pay extra? Like I should chase this as a major release? I feel like they didn't go as hard on this one as they did the other 2, because that's just the regular flyweave up top. And I know they're a little limited because they have that material. They can't like add raises and bumps and ridges to the material. So this one, I love the colors. They're really good. But in comparison, because I think the other 2 do better with the theme, this is my number 3. My number 2 is going to be the Pegasus, because the Pegasus I love. It was originally going to be my number 1. I got to see in real life how shaggy it is. I did order this.
Shaggy.
if it's like too shaggy and it's like kind of poking out, because what I love about Endless Pursuit is I've been wearing these to demo days. I've been wearing these like to work. I'm not even wearing them to golf because I've got other shoes to golf with. So like the dual purpose of it, especially if you're going to spend this kind of money, like this justifies, like it's justified for me paying the full price for Pegasus because I can use it other places, right? That's number 2. But I think number 1 is that Infinity Tour. Like they nailed it. We've talked about them using the panel. They used the panel. The subtleties, it's an all-white upper, but the subtlety and the texturing, job well done. Using the midsole, how it fades into the Carolina blue. I love this shoe. It's a really well-designed shoe. I just agree with you, Gumby. I'd have to wait for it to kind of drop in price a little bit for me. So overall, the whole pack, again, 4.2. We all love the pack. I'm ranking these shoes number 1, but I bought number 2 because I can't afford number 1.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's a good look. Excited to see them out on the players this week. I think they're going to look good with a couple of the offerings that they have in some of their stylings and scriptings a little bit. I think that's going to look just really nice out there this week. So it should be kind of a fun week, I think, with with everything. We got a lot of new stuff has dropped. They have a red colorway now of the Infinity Tour 2. See, it's funny because they call it Infinity Tour 2, and then the next and then
the US Open one just says
Zoom Infinity Tour NRG. So
can you pull up the Jordan Interstate 74? We'll talk about that one in school.
Yeah, let me try and go find a picture. And it's not on the site yet.
I will not. Cousteau had a little something on it, and then I'll go find it for you and send it over. But yeah, so one of the things, this kind of looks like, it's similar to some colorways of the Jordan 9 that people have wanted in the past. One of the iconic Jordan 9 colorways is always the white Carolina blue pair. They're not doing that here. They're doing white with a gray midsole, gray toe cap that runs all the way around, and then you've got browns and yellows, leathery laces. So
yeah,
kind of tying it back to the Masters almost with the leathery laces.
I don't think
the yellow speed lace system, and then the insole has a call out to Interstate or the Highway 74,
and the cigar band at the top of the
Tobacco Road. Mike loves his cigars. Great call out.
Yeah. I'm just trying.
I would have loved to have seen an accepted embrace. This is another one where I just wish. Same thing with the 9. I would have loved to have seen an Endless Pursuit 9. I'd love to see an accepted embrace, but Jordan wants to do their own thing. I get it. Tobacco Road. Mike loves the cigars. I love my cigars. It's the only place I smoke actually is out on the golf course. So
the golf ball logo again, 74 logo is kind of a flex. That's kind of nice on the heel here where it says Jordan 74.
But is it too niche? Like, you really have to be a cigar lover or from that area to.
Oh yeah. I
love this.
These are
it's a nice looking shoe.
In my eyes, I mean, like the laces are kind of dope. That little like on the what's it called here? What's this little thing called? You guys, the guys listening.
You mean the end caplet?
I don't
know.
Yeah, it's like
the end of a shoelace.
It's not eyelet, but it definitely has a name
on the shoe.
Yeah. Guys, if you know what it is, let us know in our comments on what.
All right, HuffPost. Behold the aglet.
Aglet. I knew it was lit something, but in my mind I was going to Pokemon and saying Diglett, and I was like,
I said caplet. Yeah. And then you start saying words you're not 100% sure in, and you're like, I don't want to offend anybody. Let me just stop and look this up.
Yeah. So
watching Peppa Pig, it's a piglet. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the Tobacco Road is cool. It's definitely got that cigar kind of feeling with the ash, how you burn off a cigar, and brown and the yellows and all that stuff. But it's so off of it. They're in their own world, and so I don't know. For me, it is and they're allowed to be, right? They're allowed to be in their own worlds.
Not a bad thing. I mean, when you look at at least a nice alternative to the people that don't like brown, you got the Birmingham, the baseball, Louisville Slugger, the all black 9, which we liked. We weren't in love with. I feel like these are cool drops. I don't think they need. I don't know. Doesn't need to be tied to a major. Like just drop it at any point.
Yeah. I think I know why they tie it to a major, because then you can say like Story to Tobacco Road, and you can say like
it's
all
true.
that stuff, and same thing like Barons. You can say with baseball and Louisville Slugger, and then you could say the same thing with what did we get for Wood Grain with Endless Pursuit. Like I don't know, you know what I mean? But it's
I mean, Happy Life, but it was cool because like
for,
he's a master of what
me.
he does, right?
Sure.
So that's why it makes sense. This one is not for me, even as a cigar lover. I'm not super into it the way I am with whiskey. I'm going to give this a 3.9 though. I do like gray. Gray is one of my favorite colors. We got cool gray 9s already, which I think are like a 5.0 shoe. In my opinion, I think that's the best of all the Jordan 9s. So I'm at 3.9 on this.
Yeah, I was at 3.6.
Yeah, I'm with you boys on this one. I like the hidden touches with the cigar. I'll have a cigar on the course any day. I'll give it a 3.55. I like it. The gray, Matt, when you mentioned the gray touch, love gray anytime in a shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we talked about that on the Zoom Victory, the first one, right? Or the second one, is they had a gray base. Yeah, that grace with the aqua and the green. So there we go. Man, hoping for Royal Troon come through. Come on, Scots. What if we get well, they won't do Mel Gibson. He's too controversial. But what if we do, the blue face? What was that? What was the name of that movie? I am
Braveheart.
So sorry.
Is that Braveheart? Is that
Braveheart
that you're?
I've never watched it.
Reference right now.
Yeah, because I don't know if you know the historical figure. The way that his life ended was very gruesome, and I don't know if he got that gruesome in actual Braveheart and how he was taken.
By the way, I now want this shirt solely for the purpose of matching it to those shoes.
Okay, can we talk about this?
I got it right behind me.
I know you do. I did not see this colorway. I've got pictures of it that I was saving for Instagram posts as we were starving for content for a month. My problem with this shirt.
It's so busy.
I thought these were water bugs. I thought
it's hard to tell what it is.
They're too zoomed up. They're too big. I don't get it. Like I get it, pine for pine, but pine like this is guys. Like this is why people say stuff that they say, because this shirt's gonna run through the end of the year, and it looks like water bugs, and it's like in certain colors. Like it gives me the
print is inspired by the textures we see on the course.
Yeah,
such as pine needles in the grass.
Matt, some of the colors that we've seen for the fall, it's like, how is this continuing to the fall? Like this is just for right now, this week only kind of thing, and like shut it down. I
like the Sprite one, the one that's behind you, Keith. The Sprite colors.
Yeah, I like this one. I like this one better than I like the confetti Sprite that they did, kind of thing.
Oh, the rake line monotone
you have
rainbows one.
Yeah, you have that one. That one is.
And it's like feast or famine. Like this is the good and bad of what they did. Remember when we said remember in the old days, and we complained about this maybe our first or second season. Every quarter there was like 4 or 5 new designs, and then you would see one on a player and you couldn't find it, you couldn't get it. So we said, hey, can you run a little longer? Well, last year was awesome because we all liked the micro camo. We all loved that one. They had 8 different colors. So this is the gift and the curse when they run something for the whole season. Now you're going to end up with 6 months of this.
Yeah.
That's that, and we get the croc. I call it the croc skin, which doesn't come in something bigger than an XL, which is just wild to me on their site.
It doesn't stretch, Gumby.
It doesn't stretch, so there's no like.
And I want to walk back a little bit because I was wearing my TW25 ADVs, and I love those.
Yeah.
So the croc one could be good in the right colors. Like I've seen it in the right colors. It's not bad. But again, compared to what the rest of the market is offering at $100 to $120, and then it's got to be different.
And then we get the Scotty, which is the heather now, pretty much.
These are nice.
And I like this. I like this colorway. This is kind of they call it light lemon twist. I like it because it's kind of yellow, but it's also kind of volt. So I feel like this is a pickup for me here soon in this colorway because I really enjoy this brightness, but it's subtle, so you can rock it with anything, right? Like you don't have 1,000%. To be you don't have to be the Volt like we do, and I love that. And but like we still don't have the coral heather that Scotty wore during the
peach. It was a peach colored, wasn't it?
Peach, like peach coral, whatever. Like we still don't have that colorway out right now. So
do they have the heather 77, by the way, in that? I may or may not be outfitting my team at work in some heathered OLCs.
That only goes
that be?
Gray.
It'd be like a light gray, because like that's the dark gray, right? So that's 110.
This is black. This is 010. So
yeah, which in reality
they do. The other one is more. This is more of a reddish plum eclipse.
No, so what's the top right? So when you go back up first, that's the. So what's the pink one all the way to the left on the second row? Sorry, everybody that's listening. Down one.
Oh, this one.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah, this is honeydew.
Oh, can we get a white? Can we get a light gray? Can we?
No, not right now.
The only thing I'd warn everybody when designers, like, man, I know some of you like hardcore Nike employees are, and by the way, another round of like restructuring and stuff. Sorry to those in the DNA team that got let go. Guys, for those of us that are maybe a little lumpier than we used to be. Light grays, they got to be really light or they got to be like charcoal dark. Any gray in between that, and especially in heathered and especially in soft dry fit, like that's what killed Travis Matthew. Travis Matthew came on the scene, and for the fit dads, Travis Matthew had a little bit of structure in the shoulders. They had nice structure in the collars, and they killed it around 2014 to 2016. And then they got bought by Callaway, and everything became super soft, super lumpy, especially as we all put on the Covidia pounds. And, like, dude, just either super dark, super light on gray.
Also, has anyone's app been acting weird as well? I can see this like the purple pants are out there, the Scotty purple pants, which I really would like a pair. I can see them on the app, but then when I click the actual into the app on the pant, it disappears, and so then I can't actually view the purple pant on the app. So I don't know if anyone else's app is acting weird or if it's just me.
I'll tell you another strange thing that happened, and this was like a good Friday. I was shopping for some stuff, and I noticed it was offering the Chill 25 code before it was made public. But then, like, I spent all of Saturday trying to find it again, and it was offering it on certain things. So the Nike Golf Club performance shirt, it's not a polo, but a performance shirt that they did around the waist management. That one you can get down to like $38 now with the Chill 25. So I ordered that, unfortunately, in 2 sizes because I don't know which one's going to work.
Is that what the swing swoosh?
Yeah, up on the shoulder, right?
Yeah.
And that's another thing. It's like that one says it's 100% cotton. Yeah, that one says it's 100% cotton, but it looks like a polyester dry fit type yoga shirt. I have high hopes for that one. Because here's the other thing, this Golf is Hard shirt that I got, that's a cotton poly blend that I can get for $35. That's a $60 shirt. That better be out of this world for $60 down to $38 versus this like full retail $35 one. Like, and tennis has had this problem too, because obviously, like, I worked in the tennis world, and tennis has always had this problem. And when I worked at Wilson, and Wilson was launching their apparel line, they had this problem. You launch a $40, $50, $60, $70, $80 performance t-shirt for a tennis court, and it's not as good as like the Nike Pro stuff that you get for $30. Yeah. That's like soft and stretchy with the spandex. So it's an eternal struggle.
Yeah, some of the confetti is on sale with that, and some other ones. I really like this shirt too. I call this the Heartbeat shirt. I saw this at a pro shop the other day.
Yes,
because it's got the like line with like the little wave. I really dig this. I kind of want it in this blue, but I already have blue. Maybe this pink, but definitely this orange.
Okay, Nick Spears, earmuffs. Don't cover up your ears, Nick, if you're listening to this one. I was debating if stripes are back because I saw this polo, and I'm with you, Gumby. And then, did you see Tiger in that blue and white striped it's not all over stripes, but it had the dark blue up top and then white.
It was just the black. Like, I think it was. I don't want to know if it was blue and white or if it was black and white. I couldn't tell by the photos. And
okay, good.
Now I don't believe you. Now I definitely know that you might be colorblind in that because I truly actually don't know. But it's like the version that he wore for Riviera Genesis that like he withdrew that day, but it's just
that one had a little bit of red though, right?
Yeah, and that's why I think it's just black and white, and then the other one, and I would like to see that blue and red one come back this week. I would like to see Tiger. We won't get into Tiger too much in Sunday Red. We'll let Keith do that on his channel, but get into a little bit
Keith's
more
twin.
of
that's not actually Keith.
Yeah,
that's
Keith
do a Williams' son.
I think we'll see a little
that's
bit.
Somebody that talks even worse than I talk right now. That's definitely.
I think we'll see a little bit of his Brave collection this week with some of the blues and reds and kind of see how he does it. I like the pink shirt today that he wore.
This is the one I'm talking about. So okay, so it is black. All right,
black,
black and white.
But I think
love it still.
He wore some light blue we hadn't seen. He wore a little pink today that we hadn't seen. So he's got colors. Sunday Red's got some colors. All right, Nick, you can listen again. No, I think stripes are back. I like this. I love this little detail of the stripe, right? Like just this little like heartbeat wave that comes in is enough. This doesn't seem stretchy enough for like me to kind of wear. It's got some decent colorways, so I'm intrigued on it. It's dropping in price too, which I'm about to like hop on and get a couple, which is good. And then, I think they got some like they brought in some other stripe ones. I think you have a stripe one, Keith, that you posted with like maybe the melon stripe possibly.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
almost like this is a Scotty PC1. He wore the white one. Was it for the Masters? It wasn't available as well. It was white with a kind of like the gray striping and stuff, and it wasn't.
And this is classic to me, right? Like there's new age that I'd say is behind Keith, and then this is like classic. Like this is a Jack shirt to me. You know what I mean? Like this got a Jack Nicklaus feel to it, so I dig it. And then I still want the purple. Can you pull out the purple one?
Do you feel like
the
ombre?
This one I'm definitely getting. I think I'm getting this for Father's Day. I'm very excited about that one.
Yeah.
So
ombre is fantastic. Do you think Scotty suffers from not having like a signature color on Sundays?
I don't know. I feel like he's worn.
It's been different every Sunday. Different color pant, different color shirt, which has been good.
But to be quite honest, I love his scripting right now. He's matching up colored pants with white shirts. He's matching up good colors, like good bright colors. Like I could see him wearing that lemon twist heather yellow green this week, like on Sunday, you know what I mean? And winning in that. I could see him rocking the blue. Like I've just liked that they've put him in the different colored pants. Like they put him in the purple, they put him in some of the other stuff. Like
always white Scotty ones though.
And always white Scotty ones. I don't know. I've liked what they've done with him in his colors. I think they've worked well for him, So
all right. Hope top of the hour. Let's do Keith's pick and get out of here.
Let's do it. You want me to go first? No, I'll go last.
Do you want to remember everybody to become a Patreon subscriber? Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Become a Patreon supporter. Go to www.patreon for podcasters. Patreon.com/the Swoosh Life Podcast. And that's who brings you Keith's pick.
Yes. And then like, comment, subscribe, and follow us on YouTube and at Instagram. We're almost at 100 on YouTube, so that's quite exciting.
Take a month off and it grows to 100. See, you gotta leave them wanting more.
just keep hitting that subscribe button on YouTube and watching us. We're obviously very interactive on YouTube because we're showing off of things. Hopefully, we do enough to describing this because we are a podcast. But so. And now time for Keith's pick at the U.S. Open at Pinehurst. So, Keith, hit us with the hard stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah. I've picked this guy multiple times. this year.
First off, should we say who's in the field? Like who are our guys in the field?
Our Nike
or is
guys?
it just our normal guys? We have Tony, Tom Kim, Tommy Fleetwood, Rory, Scotty, Brooks. Am I missing anyone?
You said Tommy, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Robert,
and Tom Kim.
Robert Mack. Mack.
Bobby Mack coming off a win with his dad. I think that's it.
I think that is it.
Okay, sweet.
But I got my pick. I've gone with it. I'm still waiting for him to get his first win for 2024 and first major ever. That doesn't give it away. I will be going with Tony Finau.
I like that.
I feel like this is a good setup for him. I feel like these guys can get away, these bombers, these guys that can hit the ball pretty strong with missing the fairway here and there. Hopefully they don't get caught in like the high grass, the tall fescue that's, spotted throughout the bunkerage, right off the fairway. So I think Tommy's got a good game out of the beach. So if he's missing fairways here and there a little bit, but I think he'll be far enough down there. And I think he's going to bring home the U.S. Open this week. Matt, what do you got?
Oh, he goes to me. Dang, I can't even go around.
Suspense going as soon as we started the show, so we got to finish with him.
I'm going to drag it out a little bit. So, one of the things I want to do is keep going with Scotty. I rode Scotty at the Masters. I was one bad cop away from getting the win at the U.S. Open. It's hard to bet against Scotty. I can't believe we didn't, in an hour, we still haven't had that discussion of he's the first player since Tiger to win TPC, the Memorial, and the Masters.
And AP.
Yeah. But not full. Tiger did it with all the competition there. Yeah. He has done it without the competition there, but he's still so good. I mean, he's so good around the greens. And that's the thing is like at a U.S. Open, like punching around the greens. And with that being said, I'm still going Brooks Koepka.
Great pick.
I echo your sentiment. I think there's a couple of people that no one's talking about. I don't think anyone's talking about Rory this week. I think he's playing good enough. I think he feels confident. I think you can see something. He's got a good enough short game to do something. I don't know if his putting is good enough. Scotty, I think coming off a win last week, I don't think that changes anything. He played not great. He had a triple bogey in one of the holes.
So if Morikawa could putt,
right. I think he has motivation. So I think it definitely could be Scotty. And I'm going to get some flack from this. But you need to have the most amount of creativity for around Pinehurst. And you need to have a game that is seasoned, but maybe brightened by a young fellow lad following you around. Uh-oh. And my pick is Tiger Dam Woods. I think he wins it this week. I really do.
Do we need to light everything on fire right now?
Wait, what? Wait. Hey, how hard did I get hit today? What year is this? Is this 2023? 24? Where?
I don't think he needs to. I think it's flat enough to walk. It's going to be warm. His gait hasn't looked anywhere near his other gates this week. I just think, I don't know. He's going to hit little 4-iron bump and runs. He's going to pull out other things. I don't know.
Wait. You're going to make me do my nick. This is a Swoosh Life podcast. You got to pick a Nike player.
Well,
this is what your hunch was? This is what your feeling was?
Yep. I'm picking the goddamn guy who started Nike Golf. Too bad, so sad.
Oh, you sound like me.
Put me on the bandwagon with Keith's fucking Sunday Red. I'm going with he still counts.
Okay, he still counts. Give us a Nike pick though. Give us a Nike.
I'll go Scotty. I'll go Scotty.
Oh shit, you're taking Scotty now? Shit. No, you got Tiger Woods. I'll take Scotty.
You already had Brooke. Oh, Jesus.
I mean, I had Scotty the last two, and Scotty was the highest finisher of the Nike guys, right?
Yep.
Or was Rory the higher finisher at PGA? So
I think Scotty
let's
was.
That.
Yeah.
By the way, Keith, I think you won last year. Your Keith's pick. I'm giving it to you. So
I'll take credit for 1 year. Thank you.
There you go.
So I continue to be Keith's pick and not Gumby's pick. Or Matt's
Hey, I won it the year before. I came
picked.
from behind. I got hot at the end. All right, PGA Championship at 12th place. Did anybody have Rory at the PGA?
Me. Or did you pick Brooks?
I think I might have picked Rory. I don't know. I have to go back and listen. So
Rory finished tied for 12th.
Yeah.
Finau. By the way, that was silent. By the way, they featured like him 0. He was tied for 18th.
Yeah. He was in it until Saturday afternoon, I think.
Sunday he just posted a 1 under.
Yeah.
Brooks was tied for 26th. Fleetwood tied for 26th at 9 under.
Yeah.
Wait, am I missing? Where did Scheffler end up?
Tommy played pretty well last week. I know he had a
Scheffler finished like 40th, I think.
No, he finished tied 8. Sorry, just above Rory.
Yeah,
T8. Okay, he wasn't that far off. Saturday.
C8 after being in a goddamn jail cell. Unbelievable.
Gets the bologna sandwich. Gets the full treatment. The full Louisville overserved drunk bourbon.
You know what though? I was having a lot of anxiety that week beforehand with stuff at home, and I remember Scotty being in the jail cell, and watching that like Friday morning and everything, and then watching him play golf and watching him shoot like 6 under that day, and I go, if Scotty Scheffler can be arrested in the morning and then play golf in the afternoon, I can do anything. Like, this man's mental fortitude is unbelievable. So I'm like, I can get my shit together and like get my mind right for at least a fucking half hour or whatever. But that seemed to fade away after a while.
I was not stressed. I was not stressed about Scotty. Yeah, I was not stressed because I'll tell you guys a kind of behind the scenes story. So first off, I think I plugged it last time, but if you guys are interested in the parallels between sneaker collecting and whiskey hunting and collecting, I was on the official podcast of Bourbon Pursuit. Check out Ryan, Kenny. They host a roundtable once a month, and one of the contributors there is a lawyer, a bourbon copyright lawyer by the name of Brian Hara. He's the author of Bourbon Justice. So if you're looking for a Father's Day gift, highly recommend it, because you'd be amazed at how much like American law, like the first ever, like before the FDA, the first time the federal government ever stepped in to protect the consumer was the Bottled in Bond Whiskey Act of 1897. So just to let you know, the government never took anything serious till people started spitting in moonshine and selling it as whiskey. So but he writes a great book called Bourbon Justice. So I texted him and I go, Brian, Scotty Scheffler just got arrested. I know you're a copyright lawyer. Do you want to jump on Instagram Live so we can like poke fun at it a little bit? And then he goes, I don't really want to, but I'll tell you this. The guy that he has representing him is the guy I would want representing me if I was in trouble. So I was like, oh, Scotty's good. Scotty's going to be all right.
Well, guys, I might be at like a crossroads with Gumby's fit today. I think we're gonna.
Are we at 50-50?
Last week was at it. Where I count the votes on my personal story because I set it up for that way. So I have 7 for Visor Gang, and then I have 5 for Fearless Together, and then on the actual Swoosh Life story, we have. Let's see, we have 11 for Fearless Together and 5 for Visor Gang. So that'd be 12 and 16. So I guess we're getting pretty close. Last week was really close. And then at the end, Carolina Skies came through. So it's just always something to watch on a Tuesday night. If you guys aren't paying attention, if you got nothing to do, go vote for what I'm going to wear. I have that Fearless Together. I have that. What major was that 270 for? It wasn't a major. It was, unless it was
right. No, I think it was like a random drop later in the summer, and everybody's like,
"It was Thanksgiving." It dropped on Thanksgiving.
You're right.
I bought it for my birthday, and I don't know if they were trying to do it with the November Masters, and then they missed, and then like dropped it. But I remember then dropping on Thanksgiving, and I was at my wife's parents' house, and I was like, "Lynn, can I get these for my birthday?" She's like, "Sure," and then gave me the money.
Man, they're both good. I would actually do the Visor with Fearless Together.
That's what they were, Gumby?
Yeah,
2000 or 2020?
2020, yeah, 2021.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
2020
yeah,
was
I
Masters in November.
that the only thing with the Fearless Together is that it's navy shorts because that swoosh is navy on that Volt one. So that's why I did the navy hat with it. But I agree, like if I could switch to like black shorts and do the visor. I'm trying to. It's hard to do these scriptings. I don't know how Keith does it all the time, but I'm always just trying to find two things that I would like. That you know what I mean? Like that's the hard part. Is like two options.
I can't commit to either one the night before. I wake up in a mood and I'm just like, this is what I want to wear, and I go.
And that's where I'm like, okay, I'll pick two that I like, and then whatever someone else decides for me that I'm doing. It's worked out. The Carolina ones were fun last week. That was a fun look, and
That was a good one.
I would normally have done together because that blue technically didn't match, but it matches enough on a golf course. You know what I mean? Like so.
It was Masters 2020. Nike's Masters inspired footwear pack has a modern twist. It was Fearless Together. That was 2020.
But they just never. I think it was because it was supposed to launch in April, but then they got pushed, so then they just launched them later. But then we also got the kilties and the
lucky than good. Rather lucky than good.
Yeah, we got that like for the actual November ones. So it's like, and then they just was like a weird release on it, and they just kind of labeled it as the energy release, you know. So
interesting, yeah, because Golf Digest has it as that was a Masters release, Masters 2020, Nike's Masters inspired footwear pack for Fearless Together.
Fearless Together. I think that was supposed to be the April pack, and then they never, because the April Masters got delayed because of Covinci.
Were any other majors impacted that year? Was the PGA? The PGA was later in the summer in 2020, right? They still hadn't moved it. They still have the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
Because it says here
they canceled the British. They canceled the British.
Oh, I wonder if they were a British Open.
I think they were because of the Kilty, and then they moved it to the November Masters.
Corduroy.
Yeah.
Corduroy could be like Southern too, right? Like, you know.
But that's when we were getting pinstriped, like the seersucker, right?
In 2020,
I think we got seersucker Jordan 4s. Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, guys, fun one. U.S. Open. Yep. We will see you for the British Open, guys. Next time we'll probably record. Just kidding. We might record before that.
We have so many guests. We have so many guests that want to come on that Gumby does not want on. I'm just kidding.
It's not true.
But by the way, yeah, we're thinking of our guest from last week couldn't make it, so we're thinking of you, man. Hopefully everything's good at home. They couldn't make it, so yeah, we might squeeze one out. I'm in town for another 2 weeks. I leave on the 26th.
I don't know if I'm playing Bethpage or not next week because
I would love to hear you guys if you guys make it. Well, Keith, even if you just play Bethpage, I'd love it because Ryder Cup is there in 25.
Yeah.
So
do you think I will die, Keith, if I am walking it? I've heard that it's super hilly. Like, do you think I'll die?
Yeah, don't do that.
It is up and down. Almost every hole is kind of up and down.
Do you have a motorized cart?
I just have a push cart, which I would push.
Wait, do they don't allow carts at Bethpage?
No, you got to walk only.
Oh, wow.
I'm black only. You have to walk.
So my question is, Bethpage is like known as like a U.S. Open course. We talk about like courses that like they put teeth into. Do you think traditionally the U.S. setup for Ryder Cup is cut it low and like let the birdies fly, right? Like, do you think if they make it easy that they can score like that?
There's that course is kind of, they got some difficult holes, Matt, where they're just going to, grow the rough out and everything like that. But there's some holes where they can just go after and attack too. So I think it's going to be set up like a U.S. Open, high rough. They'll condense the fairways a little bit, I think, for the Ryder Cup because there's holes where you can attack.
Because for Whistling, they shaved everything down. Everything was basically the fairway, right?
I think they're gonna let it grow high. It's gonna be a U.S. Open style.
From New York State, upstate New York thing, the assistant superintendent at Shinnecock just moved to be the head superintendent at Radisson up here. So something to watch. That'll be good.
Oh, yeah.
Hard has up $70 for a weekday at Bethpage.
There you go.
So
you got to do it. You got to do it, Gumby. Just go. Forget the 36 the next day. I think that's the thing that you got to wrap your head around is like you might have to give up one of the 18 on the next day.
I would probably play 18, play my league, and take a cart for the whole day, and then like see what happens if I don't play the Twilight 9, then like after league, then that's fine. But I'd at least play 9, and if I can't do it, then I can't do it. But I'd try and see what happens. And then I might be playing that weekend too. But I don't have any other weekends. We get into freaking July, and I'm like not going to be able to play golf because I feel like I'm gone every weekend. So
yeah,
it's kind of hard. I think what tomorrow I'm going to ask at work tomorrow if I can go, and then if I can, I'll figure it out. And then Keith, if your mom comes and stays, then great, and I'll just drive back. And if not, then I'll just crash at the house or something maybe. Yeah. I also will probably just drive back because I'm kind of a crazy person and don't like staying over places.
Well, I was just going to say, I think you could pull off.
I'm in the same boat. I think 4 hours is doable. You do 4 hours, you play for 5, and then 4 hours back. Like
I think it's more like 5 and 5 and 5. So, but again,
that's like my day trips to Louisville when I do those. But I'm not usually playing golf and then driving back.
We'd be done by 5, 6, and just leave from there, and I'd be home by midnight. Like that's really not that bad. I have the next day
the
off.
key is at least the sun doesn't set. At least the sun doesn't set for you guys till like 10 o'clock, right? Like
that's why like
leading up to the longest day.
One of the longest days. That's why I would do the Twilight 9 again. After a league, I'd keep going and playing 9 because then it's the longest day, and I got to get some good shots that day for some stuff. But oh gosh.
Okay, so without overthinking it, you got to walk Bethpage. You got to wear the most comfortable golf shoes that you have. What are they? Don't overthink it. Don't look off the top of your head. Most comfortable, and I will ask next episode what you end up wearing, but. We actually haven't gotten his thoughts on those, Keith. I don't think he saw where you pointed.
I think he wore them.
He did wear them.
Did you wear these?
I've been paying attention to the content, even if you guys aren't.
I've worn them. Yeah, I've worn them. I didn't. I found them comfortable. I found them a little too tight for me. I don't know if it was the first time that I wore them. I don't know if
you need a wide.
Yeah, I think so.
U.S. Open it is.
I do not know if I could walk them. I truly think.
Oh, I did grab the black hat and the blue shirt. Jeez,
that's a navy blue hat.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, man, I'm with you on colors: blues, purples, grays.
Oh no, I don't know it. It might be the black.
No, what color?
16537. 16537.
That's navy. I think I would have. Jesus.
Boys, I love that we're still going. This is the best part.
I think I'd be Scotty ones.
Ooh.
I find those incredibly comfortable.
I'm so mad I sent them to you now.
It's either that or maybe you rock like a new pair of TW13s for the first time ever. You know what I mean? Like
don't wear new shoes on something like if it's super hilly and you're trying not to die.
Yeah, I know. But
this is like your Infinity Tour issue with your.
Well, that's why like I really would like to wear Endless Pursuits. I think that would be like I think that would be dope. And then for Father's Day, if I got that purple like shirt, like Endless Pursuit with the purple, like with gray shorts, would be like a really great look. But yeah, I don't know. I also thought I was gonna hold that for the fucking different round. So now I have no idea. My head is spinning to possibly play Bethpage. Do I wear black to play Bethpage? Black? Huh?
I said I got to do a scripting tonight. But Beth, you're gonna go Bethpage black.
Let's go black.
The weather for that day, Gumby, is gonna be close to 90 degrees.
I'm gonna die. Oh my god! I have a no walking over 90 rule because I get the heat poops. So I don't know what to do. Oh man. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna pack my bag with as much water as I can physically carry.
So Matt, is that Navy or no?
Well, first off, the style codes. I'm looking it up. As you can see, my old, like I'm holding my phone to my face with my enlarged font. The style codes don't match what we ordered, but yeah, no, it's black because you can tell. Look, black, navy on the label, and then light blue. So you can see the 3 different colors right there. So, but in the low light, see, that's the other thing too. It's the lighting, right? Like I have the ring light now, so now I'm like, yeah, but in the rush because I
but the navy doesn't match. So what one was it? It doesn't say NVY in it.
The tag says 16. It's like the tag on the actual hat says C16537, but that doesn't pop up for either of those that are listed. And by the way, hats are under accessories, so you have to go accessories. You filter by golf. Speaking of the app acting weird, and it shows you every hat under the sun that they make.
Yeah.
Like
yes,
but no, it is definitely black because look, you can tell the color change in the label.
I can see it there. It
and
just still looks.
The blue is not the same blue on the trucker hat one. It's like a wash blue and then the blue. So that's where it makes me. I'll bring it back up. That's where it makes me think that you actually have the blue. Like,
I ordered both hats, so they're both sitting there.
Oh,
I guess.
Yeah. That looks. Yeah.
But do you see how this looks almost black?
Oh yeah.
And then there's that.
Okay,
blue.
go to the description real quick. I just want to see
but it says NVY on it.
Yeah.
And this is what I mean is like, yeah, you look here. Oh no, it says right here on the tag black over the UPC right here. This suit is black.
Yeah.
But see, yours looks more washed and this looks more like
correct.
Like
you're right.
Bright black. Yours looks more washed.
Yeah. Well, it could be the ring light just being too strong also.
Could be.
I love it. All right.
Well, stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned to see what we do. If I play Bethpage, if Matt's hat is black, and all of those, and all of the above. And
we will do one more before I leave. We got to do.
Who are your guys' picks for the U.S. Open, and what do you guys rank the play golf better? Golf is hard. Accept and embrace. What do you guys rank that pack as a whole? Let us know in the comments. Remember to become a supporter of the podcast by going to patreon.com/the Swoosh Life Podcast. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram @the Swoosh Life Podcast to stay up to date on all things swoosh.
Wait. I said I would shout out the comments.
Yes.
Sorry, dudes. Hey, again, Rusty. We probably should have done this an hour ago. N Spears 23 with the top.
Who's that guy?
Jeez.
The United States Open, and Nike doesn't have it available for us. What a fail it has been. At least they made sure to get those poop colored ones, though. Had to get a shot at the. Sorry, Nick, you wanted a third blue shoe this year. And then
they did come out, but as Keith called it, they came out at 10 o'clock today. They didn't show up any other time. So
they did show up just after Nick drops the comment. But and in Nick's defense, they show up just in wide so far. So
I know. Interesting.
We Rock 2 goes. He voted for the top one. He says top one for me, which was the U.S. Open version. And Kevin Vi says only seen the wide drop. What the heck? Yeah. So appreciate you keeping it clean. But yeah. And let me see the poll. Let me see what the poll said. Ooh. Wow. Okay. Well, top one, which was the general release double blue, 22% of the vote. The bottom, the U.S. Open version, got 78% of the vote. Wow. So, but
that
again,
is
that hurt the
40. That's 49-14, by the way. So that's a little good interaction there. Keep it coming, guys.
Again, I don't think they're wrong. I don't think they're wrong. Maybe it is a better shoe than the general release. I just think the general release is so close, it doesn't feel special to me. So,
feel you.
All right.
Awesome for the Swoosh Life Podcast. Ben, Matt, Keith, Gumby. See you in the next one. Bye. Make sure you follow us at the Swoosh Life Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. And support us by going to patreon.com/Swoosh Life Podcast or at podcasters.spotify.com. And make sure you're watching us on YouTube. Subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Swoosh Life Podcast. And always, listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and more. Swoosh Life Podcast.
Checks over stripes, yeah, that's what I like. Yeah, that's what we like. Yeah.